it's James Black here live at PDAC 2026, and today I'm joined with Brodie Sutherland, the CEO of Tocvan Ventures, listed on the CSE under the symbol TOC. That's TOC on the CSE. Brodie, thanks for joining me today. And how are things? It's 2026, it's PDAC, and it seems crazy.
I mean, there's a lot of energy, right?
Yeah.
Like, finally, I feel like a lot of the company's been slugging it out for a few years here. But yeah, I mean, how can you not be happy with the price of the commodities? We're getting new investors coming to the space, and yeah, it's an exciting time to be exploring and developing.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. So Tocvan's got a enterprise down in Mexico, which has obviously been in the news lately. Maybe we'll talk about that aspect in a moment, but
Sure.
Just about the project in Sonora, what's happening there?
Yeah, so we have a gold-silver project. We've been working on it for 5 years. Really cool history. It was discovered by the Lundins in '96. They walked away because gold was $300 an ounce. And fast forward to today, we've been able to expand on that initial discovery, and we've consolidated 22 square kilometers. We're now fully permitted to drill all of that, and we've got some really exciting targets on that. We also have a fully permitted pilot mine facility that's valid for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And that allows us to go into small scale production quickly. So we're actually just building out that infrastructure right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So any time frame around that, or is it sort of up for discussion down the road?
We plan to have that built this year and be pouring doré by the end of it. And the nice thing about that facility, it's valid for 10 years. Yeah, you can keep processing material there. So the lifespan of that, we can constantly generate. That's not our grand plan. The bigger plan is to get permitted for full-scale mining within a 2-year span and take that leap into junior producers. So it's an exciting time. We have this kind of 1-2 punch with tons of exploration upside that we're really excited about. Then this pilot, again, gives us a slightly different look to a pure explorer.
Right. Now let's just talk about jurisdiction. When I mentioned Mexico, obviously there was some issues down there, we'll put it that way, with people who aren't from Mexico having to stay there for a while. There's closures of flights and whatnot. Now, it seemed like that was pretty isolated to certain geographic areas. I'm assuming nothing came near your camp, or?
No, I mean, while that was going on, we were actually traveling down. We were on site last week. Zero activity in Sonora. These are isolated events. They tend to, last just a couple of days, and I mean, it's a tragic thing that it occurs. But we have been removed from that. We're on very, family-owned ranch land where we are, very tranquil, just a beautiful place to work, and so we're very fortunate in that regard.
No, I'm glad to hear that. Let's talk about the last financing you guys did. It was a bought deal. It was a broker-led deal for $10 million. This was capital that I assume is going into this project, but use of proceeds. Just talk about how you plan to use that money and how far it's going to take you.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's been a long build-up, but great to have the confidence of Stifel there to step up with that bought deal, and that completely opens the door for us. That gives us a minimum of 26,000 meters of drilling.
Wow.
Which we plan to do this year. We've got one rig on site. We're adding a second one in the coming weeks here, and contemplating a third, and allows us to build out our pilot facility and operate that. That in itself, if successful, will generate capital when pouring doré.
Yeah.
And then going through the steps to get into full-scale permitting. So we are planning, once we've kind of expanded on our resource base and comfortable with where we're sitting, we are planning for a PEA to kind of justify that value. And then go through the permitting steps for full scale, all your baseline. We're just starting that now, and go through that process. So it's an exciting time. We expect a lot of news flow from the drills, a lot of great targets to go after, a lot of great information to share as we build that pilot facility. Again, it's a unique thing, and see where this market goes. But we think we're just at the start of something that it could have longevity to it.
Yeah, no, that's good. And so whenever I have these discussions, I always do like to ask the CEOs, where do you see some of the potential roadblocks or bumps in the road? You're always thinking about risk mitigation.
Yeah.
What are the items that you might, think about on a day-to-day basis to
Yeah, permitting has been topical in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
A lot of uncertainty the last few years. I think we're coming out of that cloud of uncertainty. We've seen several projects receive open pit related permits so this last several months. We're expecting to see more of that, but yeah, that's obviously one of the things in the back of your mind is, can we get through these permitting steps? I will say we did permit 47 drill pads, 67 trenches, 5 kilometers of road in 14 days.
That's productive.
And we permitted that pilot facility
Yeah.
with 50,000 tons of throughput, 6 hectares of disturbance for 10 years. We permitted that in just over a month, 32 days.
Right.
So, we're confident that as we go through these steps, we'll be able to navigate through that. But that's always going to be a big hurdle. And then from here, it's, how big is our upside?
Yeah.
We're just now starting to test on the outer limits of our targets. We're really excited. Right before the new year, we drilled in the north for the first time. We hit some really encouraging silver results there. We'll see how that takes shape here, but I mean that's really going to set us for a proper re-rate as we define more resource, and I think showcase our potential to be operators in for gold and silver. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's an exciting time. But we love Sonora. The people there are just incredible. We've built our whole technical team there. They know mining. They've grown up with it. And all the infrastructure is there to support these projects at very low cost, which again is a big advantage. So yeah, we see a lot of positives, but that's why we're there, is to manage and mitigate any of the challenges along the way.
Oh, that's great. I often ask what your 12 to 18 month outlook is. I mean, if anything you want to add to that, because it sounds like you've got a plan, but any additional items that are on your checklist for the next few months?
Yeah, it's drilling. It's the pilot, and see where we go from there. Yeah, see if we're ready to set a resource. And we've always got our eyes on other assets that could be accretive to our value.
Sure.
So constantly evaluating that. But I mean, we're really happy with the projects that we have, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, a lot of information coming out with drilling, and it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Right. So that information, it's available on the CSE.com. Just find your symbol under TOC. But you've got a website. Another ways to get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can go on our website, on social media. We're on LinkedIn, we're on X. Reach out to us directly. Yeah, we'd love to stay in contact with anyone interested in our project and what we're looking to do. And and we're constantly trying to expand our network, right? And that's what we're here for. So, but it's exciting times. We started, with the CSE, 10 million shares at 10 cents, 5+ years ago. And now we're here today, 78 million shares out with over 11 million in the treasury. And it feels good. Yeah.
No, and that's the kind of work we're trying to do together. So no, thanks, Brodie. I really appreciate your time today. And for those watching, this was Brodie Sutherland, the CEO of Tocvan Ventures. That's TOC on the CSE, here live at PDAC 2026. Thanks for watching.